Intuition, by definition, is a thought before your brain overcomplicates it. I believe intuition is the roadmap to your personal happiness and success. Allow this awesome conversation to inspire you to just be more of you. I'm your host, Jimmy Ward Mize, and welcome to Inspired by Jimmy
Did you really just sit up like all straight and narrow?
I'm just sitting up.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we are recording, of course. Good day, everybody. I hope you guys are having an awesome start to your Monday. You're back on with Uttam and I, with Straight from the Heart, teaming up with Inspired by Jimmy L. We got an awesome question that came in last week. But before I get started with that, I know Uttam, I'm pretty sure you got a disclaimer to put out there.
Peace, love, and light to all beings on this planet. I love you all. We should love one another, live with one another. Because if we don't, what's the point? Welcome. That's what I've got today.
Okay, all right. I won't challenge that. I won't say a word. I'm feeding off of his
Don't you
energy
dare.
today, and it is kind of, oh my gosh, kind of got me on a little bit of a, I guess, a cloud nine for the moment, and my brain is interesting. But oh wow, okay. Let me get back to the question. Okay, so the question came in, and the question is, how do you stop the ego / wounded self take control? What exercises / techniques or strategies that you can use to increase the self-awareness quicker and be within your higher self? This question, it didn't throw me for a loop, but I know that it's something that I even had to ask myself recently. And starting out in this journey, I think that question probably came up for me consistently. And because it was something new every single day. And me kind of struggling with where I wanted to be versus where I was now, and seeing the future and how could I get there that much faster? How can I silence the noise of the negativity that's still playing in my own thoughts? Like there was just so much. I know you, Tom, I would love to hear your perspective on this, and I'll share my thoughts throughout the conversation, but I would definitely love to hear your thoughts on this, especially being on this journey in another place.
Well, let's get started on this. This is the ego. Let's remind everybody that the ego is nothing but your comfort zone. Yeah. Remember that. When I was going through my early journey, I mistook the ego for being the ego, being the one that, oh, I want the big house. I am the man. I mistook that for the ego. But as I started learning, and I realized the ego is nothing but your safety net. So how would your life be without a safety net? How far can you get without the safety net to stop you? Think of it about like a circus. The circus has got a safety net. But if the safety net wasn't there, that person would be propelled higher, will be propelled so much higher. But the safety net is there to stop you. The net is there to make you go bang and bounce back. Bang and bounce back. Let's get rid of it. And then you can go as far as you want. But it's not easy.
I was gonna say, because that safety net with, yeah.
Because this ego has been there throughout your life. This safety net, this comfort zone has been there throughout your life. But if you live within that comfort zone, that circle of the ego, you will only be in that circle. You won't venture out of that circle into the wilderness. And when you go into the wilderness is when you're going to find new land. You're going to find new countries. We're going back to the caveman days now. It's people that ventured further, that found more, found the gold, found the water, found the new land, found the USA. You know, for example, found Australia. Captain Cook found Australia, venturing out. But what if he said, oh no, but we got the seas that's got 50 50-foot waves, that's going to kill me. We would never have known Australia. We would never have known other countries and so on. So it's the same with your ego. But saying that, the other answer to the question, there is no quick way to get there, unfortunately. If you want something quick, it's something that's instant, it's going to finish instantly. Okay? Instant coffee versus grounded coffee. I'm not even going to give you the answer because I don't drink coffee, so I won't know. But I'll probably say that grounded coffee that's made by a barista, that's put it down nicely, it's got the right temperature, probably takes about 5 minutes to make, tastes a lot better, and it goes a longer way. But the instant one is not good. Think of something else that is instant. It's not going to last long. That's why we don't have, I'm sorry to say, Rob, there is no quick way. You have to go. You have to go the journey. You have to go the mile. You have to go the extra mile. And it begins with you. It begins with you saying to the ego, this is what's worked for me. And Jimmy will know about this. We've had this conversation months and months ago. You have to say to the ego, I know you're there. I acknowledge you. I respect you. But at this moment in time, I don't need you. And you take the ego and think of it in your head that you're taking the ego and putting the ego in your back pocket. I don't need you right now. I'm going to make my own decision. Whether it's going to hurt me, whether it's going to be painful, whether it's going to take me 10 years to get to where I want, I'm not quitting. And I'm going to get there. But the ego will come back and say to you, but you know what? No, come back to the couch.
Yeah.
Come back to the couch. Come back. You've tried that before. It didn't work. Why are you even bothering? Oh, Jimmy's an idiot. Why are you listening to Jimmy? Uttam's an idiot. Why are you listening to him? They don't know what they're talking about. So that's what the ego is. The ego is going to keep you there. And for you to be more in touch, I always talk about it. You have to go within. If you want to go without, you have to go within. And that's what I've learned. And since I've been going within, I don't go without anymore because my cup is getting filled daily with my own knowledge, and more doors are opening for me to introspect myself even further down into the layers. We've got all these different layers. And again, the ego has been conditioned to have these layers upon layers upon layers on it. And you can't think about when somebody's digging the road to get somewhere. They don't just go and get it. No, they have to go stop before they get to it. And it's the same thing with your ego and your wounded self, because you need to train that muscle again.
Yeah.
It's all about training that muscle again, because that muscle has been working on autopilot. Every time it's been telling you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. You're not going to succeed. Why do it? So and so did it. They failed. So why are you doing it? Because I am me. So and so someone else. It was probably not their alignment. So you need to go inside. You need to start meditating. For me, meditation is the key to everything, as you know, because it controls everything, because you're getting in the control center and you're doing the work in the control center. The control center of the mind and the heart is connected. It's called heart and mind cohesion. That's a whole different subject.
Like you really piqued my interest on that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
When those two work together in harmony, that's when the magic happens. But again, I'm going to say you have to work with that muscle and go within and get that done. And that's the quickest way. It's going to take you a long time, but you have to keep persevering. We all want instant results. We all want everything instant now in this society. Unfortunately, there is no such thing, and you have to work. You have to work at it. There ain't no such thing. You go on Instagram, they tell you I'll make you a millionaire overnight. It doesn't happen. I'll come and do Forex trading. In 3 weeks, I made $50,000. I haven't seen it. I haven't actually physically seen somebody do it. And I've done Forex trading. I've done all these things years and years ago. And the people that has made the money, they will tell you they've worked 14 hours a day trying to trade and learning how to trade.
And learning.
You can't trade, yeah? And then they made it. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with your ego and your wounded self. Again, let's go back to the wounded self. When you get a wound on your hand or your face or any part of your body, what do? You nurse it. How about the wounded self, the ego? Nurse it. Nurse it. And then I'm pretty sure when you've nursed it and you're getting to know it, flirt with it. Take the ego for a dance. Dance with ego. Don't fear the ego. Take it. Embrace it. Because the closer you get to the ego, the more you're going to know the ego. The further you run away from the ego, the further you're going to be from the ego, the more it's going to control you. And embrace it. Embrace it. And then get to know it. How do you get to know your partner? How did you get to know Winston? It took time.
Yeah.
It took time for you to know Winston. You didn't know what Winston's favorite color or food was, or what he likes, which way he sleeps at night, or how does he like to be woken up on the first date. You don't.
Yeah.
You work towards it, and it will happen. I know we all want results overnight, but unfortunately that's not the case. And I'm still working on myself. I work on myself daily. I put myself through a lot every day just to make myself that better version every day. And that's all you can do. And that's my take on it.
Well, I mean, that was a really quick show. Like that was a really quick. You know what? Like Uttam, I cannot agree with you more on that. And even especially talking about the Forex and wanting something quickly, even in the world of real estate, like exact same concept. Like every single person is out there. I have a get rich quick scheme, or I made millions on my first real estate deal. I'm like, all of those things are drastically a possibility. But what they typically don't show you is all the work, like you said, that it took to actually get there. My mentor in real estate, like it's awesome. He's on point. He's on fire. And I'm like, he's a very much older man, but he has quite literally like started from the bottom, but he was willing to kind of show every bit of that work. And so I'm saying that to say that it's not in just one area of your life. Anything that is truthfully worth having at all, it really is worth putting in that time for. Anything that I've ever gotten that was really, really quick, quote unquote, I probably don't have it now. Like I probably can almost guarantee that I don't have it now. Not if it came extremely quick. I don't. And so if your why, Rob, and your reasoning for wanting to be a better person or to stay on this positivity journey, do yourself a favor and not even remotely focus on that quick, whatever it is, that quick way to force the ego out, or that quick way to get your results. Do not focus on that. I mean, my humble opinion, that is wasted energy focusing on something like that. You can use that energy and put it back towards your goal itself and different ways to kind of help you and boost you to get there. Do not waste your energy. It is extremely valuable. Extremely valuable. Please don't waste it.
That's it. Think of instant as this, guys. What has more gratification, a one night stand or a long-term relationship? Yeah, the one night.
But wait a second now, Uttam. Wait a second. I've had some really good one night stands.
I've had some ones that I don't even remember the name to me.
I don't either.
I've had ones where I've had to run out in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
And I
Yeah.
was like, oh, dude, what have you done?
Like, what the hell? Like,
Like, at
ugh.
night time, this
Yeah.
person looked like, I don't know,
Like,
Angelina
who
Jolie
I
or something, or
just,
Brad Pitt or something after a few
mm-hmm.
beers, you know?
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
it was instant. And believe me, it was instant.
Instant
Believe me,
and
it was instant.
and
And where's that person now? I can't even remember the face.
yeah.
But talk to me about a relationship that I've been in for a while.
Yeah.
I will tell you about the experiences, the ups and downs, the fun, the laughter, the crying, the arguing, the this, the that. And look already how much things are within that. And it's so much substance in it. It's not superficial like a one night stand will be.
Yeah.
And going back on that, how did you deal with your ego, Jimmy? Because I think you should bring that into place, because I think you've been dealing with it really, really well.
I'm still dealing with it, Uttam.
I
I am
I'd
still
like you to bring your version of it as well.
I am still dealing with it. Meditating has helped me dramatically. I'm not going to say that it hasn't, but I can also understand where Rob is coming from, because when you are in that fire, it's a little bit difficult to say, hey, oh, okay, I've done my meditation today, so you're supposed to work. You're supposed to keep those negative thoughts away. You're supposed to, the ego, you're supposed to stay, in your place. It doesn't necessarily work that way. And what I've learned is the higher that I'm going, the more quote unquote awakened that I'm becoming as to where I'm supposed to be, the more challenging it is for me to snap back into focus. And so I will say that, let me rephrase that. Let me actually completely rephrase it. It's not that it's more challenging for me to step back into focus. I'm having more challenging times. That's exactly what's taking place right now. So whereas 3 to 4 months ago, the ego would pop up once or twice a week or every couple of weeks. It was just something. Now it's an everyday task. And so I'm having to check the ego. I'm having to check myself to make sure that my intentions are pure, to make sure that what the direction that I've just given my team members or the direction I've just given my boss has the correct motives behind it, and it's not about my personal gain. Even more recently, with me starting my own talk show, making sure that I'm not out here wanting to sell people on an idea, or that was all ego. That had nothing to do with my intentions. It had nothing to do with me wanting to help somebody. It had everything to do with me wanting to get out of my 9 to 5. And hell, that just happened 2 weeks ago. So I'm like, this ego checking thing, it's a consistent thing. It has not left 100%. And again, it's just now the way that I am checking it is I'm probably recognizing that there is a problem much faster than what I ordinarily would have been. What would have bothered me for 2 or 3 months, or prime example that just happened to me yesterday, and I posted it. I wanted to describe what my talk show was, and another coach came in, complete positive criticism. He sent me a private message and described the talk show a hell of a lot better than I ever could. And immediately, it wasn't even harsh, but I responded to him, and I was like, Blue Eye, I freaking want to be so angry with you right now, because how the hell can you describe my show better than me? Like, what the hell? But the moment that I said that to him, again, nothing really was harsh about it. I was being serious because realistically, I wanted to be angry. But at the same time, I wasn't, and I couldn't. And so for me, that was an example of checking the ego just as quickly as that thought came into play. And so those actions are happening more often, but I'm able to put them back into their place. And so it's been very interesting, to say the least. It's been very interesting, but I'm starting to embrace them. I'm letting them flow. So I'm letting the ego kind of do its own thing. I'm not resisting it, and it's something that I've learned from you. But I'm not resisting it. I'm allowing those emotions to be there. I'm allowing myself to feel it. I'm allowing myself to think it. But then I'm kind of correcting it and putting myself back
And
on
then
track.
also you need to transmute it. Make sure it's
Transmute. What do you mean?
transmute. Is to get that emotion out
Yeah.
somehow. For example, any kind of energy, like for example, now I'm going to talk about it briefly. I'm dealing with sexual energy at the moment.
Okay.
So there's a way that you can cultivate that sexual energy where you don't have to go and have sex or to ejaculate or masturbate or whatever. You let that rise back up within you and you transmute that sexual energy and it will become a powerful energy. It's every energy that you have, it's up to you how you transmute it. In the form of anger, you can transmute it into destruction. But it's up to you how you transmute that energy. And I would also like to add one of the tools or strategies or whatever you want from this, Rob, whatever you want to call it, I'll call it a little bit of help, is to push the ego a bit away. Think of everything that you do as serving the world. You're serving humankind. You're serving the brothers and sisters on this planet, the kings and queens on this planet.
Yeah.
And when you're serving and you're focusing on serving, the ego you can say to the ego, go fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Because you're serving. Serving will kill everything. And that's one of the greatest things that you can use. And I know he's serving. I know he's serving from his post.
Oh yeah.
You know, if like we always say, if only one person sees it and it makes a difference to that person's life, Rob, you are serving. And I would like to tell you, I'm not the sort of person who scrolls down Instagram or Facebook and just press like. I'm not that person. That thing has to actually mean something to me. And there's been numerous times where you've posted something and I needed that day. But I'm not the sort of person who likes to comment. So, which you guys probably know, because I just get annoyed with notifications. I get enough notifications every day.
Oh my God.
And then everyone else will be there commenting and it will just keep coming up. And that's why I don't really comment unless I feel really that I need to comment on there. Like, for example, on one of your posts, I was having a debate with somebody, then I will comment. And it's a valuable comment, not like, oh, brother this or sister this, or half of the time the people don't mean it, you know?
They're wanting the attention.
And I'm not saying that as a dig to any of you guys on here, and I'm talking especially to you and Rob, because you guys are my brothers. Okay, you're not somebody that I've met 2 days ago. Hey, is sending me a message, hey brother. That really gets to me because I'm not your brother. And don't think by you calling me brother that I'm going to make you any higher in my life. No, you're actually going lower in my life because that's showing your ego to me.
Uttam, I never knew that about you.
About what? About this brother thing?
Yes, I never knew that.
Really wound me up. I've been on a journey where I've met so many people in the industry and things like brother. And I'm like, yeah, you're not my brother, man.
Because I never knew that. I honestly, like, you tell me, don't take this the wrong way, and I'm sure that you won't because it's coming from a good place. Like, I really just thought, like, we talked about it being a modernized, quote unquote, hippie. So in my mind, I just knew that you were just like in tune with like everyone, no matter what level of vibration that they were on, and that you considered everyone your brother. Like, I never knew that.
No,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know Rob and I are different, but yeah.
As my equal, I will call people that are my brothers and my sisters. The reason I'm saying don't call me brother is because you've got a malicious intention. Because you call everybody your brother. So what is the meaning of brother? When I say Jimmy's my brother, I will give my life for Jimmy. And I'm not saying this lightly. Jimmy will knock on my door. If I have to fly to Tennessee, I will. And it's the same with Rob. He's like 4, 5 hours, 6 hours away from me. But if Rob knocked on my door, he knows I'll be there. I didn't call him a brother just for the sake to call him bro. Okay?
This is why we love
from.
you.
This is
why we love you.
That's
like
why
right there.
I love all you guys too. But this is my thing, and we're all brothers and sisters, but not everyone else sees it the same way.
Yeah.
I love everybody, but I can't have that kind of vibration in my inner vibration. So my pool is very still, and I cannot have that fakeness in there. This is where I'm coming from. I don't like the fakeness. Be real. If you want to be my brother, let's be real about it. Treat me like your brother, and I will treat you like my brother. But don't go there and say, oh, you know what? Uttam, he's my brother, but do you watch his show? Oh, he's like my brother, just to be saying, oh, I know him. No, I don't work with that shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's where I come from.
I know. I'm sorry. This is a whole nother conversation.
Love it. This is what I love about this show, though. It was supposed to become like an argument, but we never do it.
I know, like I have given up on that. Like I gave up on that alone, man. I'm done with that. Just man. Oh my gosh.
I hope that's really helped you, Rob.
Yeah.
I really do, because you're, like I said, you're somebody who's very close and dear to me. And I'm so happy to have attempted to answer your question. And I hope and I pray that you find some kind of light, some kind of substance, and that will help you forward. And if there's anything, where you can reach us, so
yeah,
we're here for you. And
like always,
just do it. Just do it. And
my goodness.
Yeah. And my last message will be, fuck the ego. I'm being all spiritual gangster here.
I know, dude.
Spiritual gangster.
Oh my God.
It's like Tupac meeting Gandhi, man. I'm cool. I've got the heart, but you fuck with me, I'll kill you, motherfucker.
That is like, it's on a whole nother level. I just want you to know that.
I've still got my phone numbers for the Crips, mate. All I have to do is phone Snoop Doggy Dogg, and it'll be sorted. Uncle Snoop will sort that for me, yeah?
Negative.
Bow wow wow.
I don't even want to know that Uttam. Okay, I don't even want to know it.
I don't even have the connection. Jimmy, I'm trying to be gangster, man. Play with it.
Yes, sir. I do apologize.
Come on. I'm not just a spiritual guy. I'm still a badass.
Yes, sir. We're so humbled by you, and I'm sorry, we're so scary, and yeah.
You better be. Otherwise, you sleep with the fishes.
I know, right? I know. Oh my God.
No, but honestly, I like to crack a little funny bits here and there when I feel like it. But yeah, you have to have a laugh. But on a serious note, thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
I value your time. I value your energies. And if you have found any value in what we're giving, if you found that it can help you, please share it. Yeah. Because the more people will hear about it, the more people will be awakened, the more people can be moving on in their life, and we can say, fuck you, society. And we build our own society. So
now that is a world.
Because if we don't, what's the point? I'm signing out straight from the heart. Uttam, Raz, my ego is talking there. Bye.
Love you guys. See you next week.
OMG. Okay, you totally just received some excellent knowledge, and I know that you loved it. If you did truthfully love it, I need your help. By all means, share this podcast with everyone that you know. Don't hold all of this knowledge to yourself. We need your ratings. We need your reviews. We need your comments. And we need your shares. But only share it, only comment if you received some some damn good knowledge today. I know that you did, so I'll wait on your reviews to start coming in. Okay, until the next one. See ya.